Hi guys, I'm back again today with another video, and today we are checking out funny humor. Americans reveal their most WTF moments while visiting Europe in this viral thread. So this is going to be reading, not a video. So let's begin because we're gonna read and it might take us double the time because we cannot read to save our life. So before we do start, don't forget to subscribe, click the bell button, let's get it. Okay, in Amsterdam, the number of bicycles outside the central station. How the fudge do people find your bikes once they park them? Also, the Dutch are easily the most graceful cyclists. The way you guys can weave through dumb folks standing in the bike path is outstanding. I mean, like, it's muscle memory at this point, I think. That's funny. Mm. But blatant. Oh my god, I told you I cannot read. Blatant nudity everywhere. Mags just sitting at the front of a newsstand in the middle of the city, a giant graffiti. Mm, and nobody cared. It made me realize how prudish we are in the US. I don't see anything. Okay. Maybe it's censored, but I do see the magazines. Okay, in Spain, the siesta is real. I just thought that it was an archaic thing that some people did. Nope, everyone shuts down for an hour or two, even in the super touristy places. 90% of shops or 99% of shops and businesses shut down. Sometimes my brain, like when I read, right, it doesn't register the brain until like 0.00 seconds, and sometimes my mouth says things before the brain registers. So excuse my reading, okay? So yeah, interesting. We knew that. We've been known. Okay, in Europe, wait staff are paid a living wage, so they do not need tips. The eating experience is much more laid back and slower in Europe relative to America. It also seems like Europeans' wait staff is never trying to force you out of the restaurants even once you are done. Oh, so America is also fast paced. I don't like that because it's like Japan. We are also laid back, okay? You can take, I don't know, 24 hours if that's how long you stay in the restaurant. And they're not going to rush you. Only a few places will give you hints, especially if you didn't order anything and you're just there forever. They'll be like, "Oh, can I dish out?" and all that stuff. But they're not going to be like leave or whatever. They're just going to be like, "Do you want anything else?" Or yeah, they'll just keep coming back to your table. But in Japan, it's like very fast paced. There are some places that you can, that's how laid back, like McDonald's, because nobody goes to McDonald's. It's only old people, to be honest. When you go to McDonald's in Japan, it's all old people. Um, and then even kids, they don't go to McDonald's. And there are like family diners, it's called family restaurants, it's called. That's where you can like take your time and just like chill and all that. But most of the restaurants in Japan, yeah, it's fast paced. Like you go in, order, food comes, eat, leave. Like that's it. Do not linger around and do extracurricular activities. Um, but I guess Europe is like Philippines then, like Spain. Okay, okay. I lived in Spain for 9 months at one point, and was trying to get to the supermarket in the middle of a weekend, and the entire city was blocked off. I had to park and walk a ways, and discover that they were having a giant block party. What? Kegs and all. Around noon, celebrating the town's new garbage truck. I love Spain. What the fudge? That is a WTF moment, if you ask me. Nobody ever, I mean, where I'm from, I've heard celebrate a new garbage truck. That is cool. I love that. That is definitely a what WTF moment for me if I had to witness that. This is my favorite one. Nice one. Oh, Fanta. Orange Fanta actually tasted like oranges. Ooh, I'm not sure. Laranja. I'm not sure if our Fantas are gonna be like your Fantas in Europe. Because Americans don't like Fanta, right? Because they think it's disgusting. I mean, I used to like Fanta was my favorite drink ever until I came here. So that says a lot. So maybe it's like American Fanta over here. That's why nobody likes Fanta. Like everybody just drinks Coke or Miranda, whatever. It's like our Fanta here in the Philippines. Interesting. Okay. In Italy, when buying a soccer ticket, a football ticket, they need to know which team I was rooting for to determine, yes, of course. Like, what if you go to the opposing teams? What now? Like, imagine, like, I'm wearing yellow and then they put me in a, like, the side, everybody's like wearing red, and I'll be like the only yellow there. Like, what am I, right? So, obviously. Then during the game, people were setting things on fire. Yep, that's Europe for you, hooligans. In Lisbon, feeling proud of myself for eating late like a local at 9 p.m., only to walk into an empty restaurant. By the time I'd finished eating at 10 p.m., the place was full. Oh, so she was actually early, is what you're telling me? That's fun. Okay, had a positive water moment in Greece in the eastern Peloponnese, where I saw a guy walk down to the end of the pier and threw an actual trident into. Oh my god, these are words I do not know. Asian? Uh, Again, pull out a wriggling octopus. Dude walked up the beach and handed it over the deck railing to a chef. Okay, it happens. Yeah, there are places wherein you can do that, but interesting, Americans don't. Okay, I'm glad she saw experience this with her own eyes. I'm happy for her or him. Okay. My biggest WTF was coming back to the States. Seemed like such a downgrade. Oh, but after she experienced everything, where she went, coming back, she's like, oh, oh, why are we here? French butter made me stop and reflect on the beauty of being alive. Oh, wow. If butter can make you reflect on being alive, then France is doing something good with your butter. I didn't think butter could be improved upon, but holy shemankles, so creamy. Now I want to taste butter from France. Butter from France, I want to taste you. Come on. Come here. Come to my mouth. Okay, that sounds crazy. French butter made me stop and reflect on. Okay, it's 9.90, whatever that is. If something costs €5, it's exactly that, taxes included. Yep, that's how the world should work. I don't know what you guys are doing with your plus dogs. My biggest WTF moment was when I visited England and people respected me as a lot more when I told them I was Canadian and not American. I'm actually Canadian. I'm happy for you. In an in my early 20s, I can't read. In my early 20s, on my first trip to Europe, I took an Italian ocean liner, New York to Genoa. My my WTF moment was going out on the deck on morning 6 for the foggy passage through the I do not know this stuff. Straits of Gibraltar, Europe emerging Europe emerging through the mist on my left and North Africa on my right, coupled with the awareness of how many voyagers throughout history have sailed through this passage, including my Italian grandparents traveling in the other direction gave me chills. Wow. Beautiful. I'm glad you experienced that. I'm really, really happy for you. I'm not being sarcastic, guys. I'm really happy. When I visited the hospital and had an x ray done, spoke with two doctors, and was triaged by a nurse, all with no health insurance. And my total bill was 24 euros. Yes, I'm looking into the nothingness because I'm like, 24 euros for all that. An x-ray here will cost you 24 euros, full stop. Then I had to pay 10 additional euros for the same painkillers again, and with no insurance or anything. Beautiful, beautiful. We like those. We take those. Okay, I hate this ones. Not paying for a gynecological exam. I developed an ovarian cyst while in England, and that was causing some pain. I made an appointment at the health clinic and was examined. Afterwards, I expected to pay because A, that's always the first thing that happens in US healthcare, and B, I was a foreigner who had never paid into the UK National Health Service, NHS. They laughed and said, "We don't take money for services. We'd have no idea what to charge you." Mind blown. God save the NHS. Yes, God save the NHS. Bless to them. Even for tourists, wow, that is beautiful. Beautiful. We like those. Okay, we like those. We take those. Ooh, this is a car. Whenever I watched movies back in the days and also Mr. Bean, I'm like, this is only for movies. It cannot be real. But then it's actually real. That their standard of living was, wait, did I miss something? Maybe not. That their standard of living was just as high as ours, but everything was smaller. Smaller apartments, smaller cars, smaller grocery stores, and fewer jars of peanut butter in the smaller grocery stores. Yeah, everything is smaller, but functions well. Remember yesterday we did the fire truck one or fire department ones wherein their trucks were so big for no reason? Well, the opposite here. They had smaller stuff, but I think it's better, right? Oh my god, me and bread, we have a problem. In Spain, everyone appears to be very thin, yet I swear, eat a loaf of bread a day. Oh, that is the life I want to live. And there is a TikTok I saw of this guy who was saying, why is it that in America and Canada, I think he said, I'm I like I have I can't eat bread. But when I come to Spain or when I go to France, I eat all the bread I can, or like all the bread. But like he's gluten intolerant. Like he can't have gluten. But that only happens in America and Spain, he said. I mean in Canada. But then when he goes to Spain and I think France or European countries, he can. Yeah, that is interesting. So I don't know what they're putting in the bread, but when I go to Europe, me and bread, we're gonna get married. Like bread is the best invention a human has ever done. Whoever figured this out, you, yeah, yeah. I pray that wherever you are, maybe you're not with us right now, but wherever you are blessed. Y'all get how many days of paid vacation and sick leave and public health care, and you don't live in a socialist hellhole? Like I've been told? America, you lied to me. This is a good one. This is a good one. Ooh, what's that? Lasagna? Okay, in Toulouse, France, I went to a nice restaurant and ordered dinner. When it arrived, I was like, where's the rest of it? The waitress laughed as she grew up there and in Canada. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, where portions are huge. Oh, yeah. She calmly told me to eat it, and if I was still hungry, to order another one. By the last bite, I was stuffed. That was my WTF moment when I realized how rich and high quality the food was here. And also, you don't need a bazillion serving, right? Like, they will give you huge portion for no reason. And also, your mind is like, I paid for this, I have to eat it. That's why people just grow, because they feel like they have to eat everything because they're served huge portions. And also, one thing I like to live by is how the Japanese says, like, when you're 80% full, you stop. I like that. I like that. Because we don't have to like overeat, right? We don't have to overeat. It's not good for us. But we keep doing it because everything comes in huge portions. And when you go to your freaking Targets and whatnot, whatever your, like those big warehouses, they give you like bulks of, like, let's say, junk food. And then obviously when you have it in your home, you eat all of it, right? You cannot say no. That's why when I go to grocery, I try, unless I'm craving it so badly, but I try not to get like any snacks, because if it's there, my mouth and my brain is gonna be like talking to each other, like, you eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Even if I'm not hungry, it will say eat it, eat it. Then I will. So don't buy it. It's a scam. It's a scam. You only buy it when you need it or you crave it, but do not buy it to keep it in your home, because that is where everything trickles down to the floor. Do not fall for those scams. Okay, tripped on an escalator in England, got stitches, was laughed at when I offered to pay the bill. What bill? This is a civil. Oh, this is the civilized world. Oh wow. Like what? So what? They just treat everyone, even tourists, and they don't want even like $5. It boggled my mind how old everything was and how it was still integrated into everyday life. Life in the UK, drinking in a pub that had even in the same spot since the 11th century, or eating dinner at restaurants in an 18th century cathedral, or in Prague, staying in a hotel that has been operated since the 15th century. Like, yeah, why do you have to knock it down when it's not broken? Like, oh, right? Keep it. It's historical. Excuse-moi. I lived in a German Look at me. I lived in Germany for 8 years from 92 to 2000, age 4 to 12. I didn't realize it until I moved back to the state that there were recycling bins on every street corner. It wasn't just a green bin, then a trash can. It was a giant blue bin. One section for green glass, one for brown glass, one for clear glass, and one for plastic, and one for paper. Oh, and going to a German school, student took public transit. That wasn't such a thing as a school. There wasn't such a thing as a school bus. Yep. Yeah. I mean, if you have a good public transportation in your country, you don't need school buses, actually, right? You have good public transportation. School buses are not necessary because everybody just finds their way to school. Um, yeah. I hope this is not long for you guys. I hope you're still here with me. Okay, let's figure this out together. In Germany, they had the cleanest, safest, and best tasting tap water, but nobody drank it and they called it toilet water. Oh, what? Most stores are not open on Sundays, not even grocery stores. Wow. So you just buy it before it closes, I guess, on Saturdays. Every night in Spain around 3 a.m., the massive fleet of street scrubbers vacuum. Oh, wow. And water hoses appeared and cleaned the entire city for about an hour. It was like 100 people every night just cleaning the city. The following morning, all of the Salamanca was spotless. Salamanca. Salamanca. That's interesting. Was magical. Whoa, I wish we had that too. I feel like in some select cities we have that, but it's not everywhere. Went to Denmark. on a whim with some friends. The biggest surprise was when I realized that I had met a ton of strangers over the course of a week and I had no idea what they did for a living. Never once did we talk about work or school. Love it. Okay. How easy and unencumbered. What is this word? Unencumbered by useless bullshimenkles. Most things are. Um. Okay. Getting on a 5:30 train from Brussels to Berlin, show up at 5:20 and get laughed at by the Germans who will finish their beer at exactly 5:28 because they knew the walk from the bar to the platform is 1 minute and 57 seconds. In the States, that would require showing up 3:15 because at least four security checkpoint and eight lines of people would figure can't figure out how an escalator works. Oh wow. And obviously they're on time. They have transportation too. So they don't worry about like it coming late, so they have to, or I don't know. The quality of the fast food surprised me. Everything from the street vendors to chains like McDonald's was better quality than everything I've gotten at home. Well, I don't know what video it was. I think it obviously me and Sideman, right? It's my only reference. So I think they're from the UK and they went to France maybe or somewhere in the McDonald's. They say it was better. The McDonald's was like almost like fine dining, right? I was like, what are you doing? They have macarons in freaking McDonald's. How to party like a German. Pre-party on Friday at 11 p.m. Get into a club at 2 a.m. Leave club on Sunday 6 a.m. Germans are nuts in a good way. Yeah, you're not gonna catch me doing this. So bye. I'm not going somewhere at 11 p.m. because I'm in bed at 11 p.m. The only party that is happening is me and a bag of chips and a Netflix or a YouTube. Okay, that's the only party you're gonna find. Thank you. But that's crazy. When I visited Prague, water cost 2 crowns, and beer cost one. Whoa, water is more expensive. Come on. I was 16 years old ordering a beer at McDonald's. Huh? This my problem is not 16-year-old ordering beer. My problem is there is beer in McDonald's. What? What country do they sell beer in McDonald's? What? I mean, yeah, in this country you can buy beer at the age of 12, maybe even 6. So that's not surprising at all. But McDonald's sells beer? Like root beer or beer? Of course beer because root beer everybody can buy it. British food. I went there expecting chip food, chip shops and roast dinners, but instead it was amazed by every variety of tikka sauce that could possibly exist. Of course. Oh, that's it. That's it. We did some reading. Okay, this video taught me how to read ish. But let me know what are some of your WTF moments. If you're not European and you went to Europe, what are some of your WTF moments? And the other way around, if you're a European that went to another country, what was your WTF moment? I would like to see that in the comment. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.